Good evening and welcome back, everyone. At least I hope I'm welcoming you back. I hope you were with us for the incredible series that we had earlier tonight between Astray and Sub-Zero. But if you're just coming in for the first time tonight, this is, of course, another iteration of the Overwatch All-Star Trials presented here by Star Esports. As always, I'm going to be your color caster for tonight. My name is Shy Guy, and we are just about ready to get into another wonderful series here tonight between D.I.R.T and Capybara. And joining me yet again is Temporal, back for the second game of the night. And if it's anything like we got, like what we got earlier, we are in for a real treat.
Oh, we are indeed. That last match was scoreline may not have shown it, but it was very close and particularly very exciting. Great plays from players in both teams, and that's what I'm hoping we see here from these two teams. I know D.I.R.T in particular has been playing together for a while, so I'm expecting to see. I'm not expecting to see this in Capybara, but I know if D.I.R.T's been playing together a while, they'll have a nice synergy with it. Hopefully, they'll have a nice synergy with each other. They'll know what they're comfortable on, what they're not comfortable running, and I like to see them play their own style, not try and fit into the meta if their own style doesn't quite match the meta.
Yeah, that'll definitely be interesting to see play out over the course of the series. I'm really excited for this one. This will be the first chance I get to see either of these teams go head to head, and that's always an exciting prospect to get to see new players, potentially see some different looks in terms of compositions. You know, I think there is a little bit more room for kind of improvisation and different styles than we may have seen in that last series. We saw a whole lot of Orisa Sigma, and yes, that is definitely the tank duo du jour, but I don't think it's the be-all, end-all. I think there is possibility for us to see a little bit more variety, and I'm hoping that D.I.R.T and Capybara can deliver on that prospect.
Yeah, so do I. I'm just thinking, I think I've seen D.I.R.T before. They're in it's a community crossover cup or something. They did quite well on that, so I'm talking a lot about D.I.R.T. I've just never seen it, so yeah, I'm expecting to be surprised.
For me, Capybara is a name that I recognize in an organization and kind of a team that has been around for a while. But at least for me, this is an entirely new lineup. It's been quite a while since I got to see them play, but I recognize the name for sure. It's not one you forget too easily. It's pretty darn unique. So I definitely hope that this new rendition of the lineup is able to go toe to toe with D.I.R.T. It should be a fun series. We're gonna start things off on Lijiang Tower, I believe, as we should begin on control yet again.
Yes. So yeah, the map choices we have, there's no choices to be made. The map cycle we will have is control will be Lijiang Tower, assault will be Horizon Lunar Colony, map 3, the escort map, will be Junkertown, and we'll finish up on hybrid on Numbani. Of course, the teams will just play out the 4 maps. No tiebreaker if we end up 2-2. You get points based on if you win the match, and also any maps you win. That's how this the trials competition works.
Yep. So a lot of value in individual maps, even if you're not winning the series. A 3-1 quite a bit better than a 4-0 loss. So always something to play for right until the very end of the series. And it looks like we are just about ready to get underway. Everybody in the lobby ready to go. Pusey giving us the insider info using tilt controls here tonight. I didn't realize we were playing with some Switch players in the lobby tonight.
Well, if it works, it works.
Yeah, well, I mean, if he's playing the Junkrat, he can break it out, drive the tire around. You love to see it, and we'll see how it plays out for him. It's gonna be an interesting showdown here tonight as we start things off. It's going to be Gardens to get us underway, and if we're starting off on Gardens, then Pharah could definitely be in play.
Yes, it could, and it'll be interesting to see. We've got 7 seconds left, so we can guess all we want, but ultimately, then again, we've got to wait the requisite 30 seconds as well. While controllers can spawn, they say, "Ha, look at us, we're playing dive," and then they would play dive. Yeah, interestingly, though, on control in the last match, we didn't see either team use the what the pros do is they start out on Symmetra just to give the team a little boost to get out. We don't really see that. See it, some teams do it, some teams don't at the lower levels, but didn't see it at all last match. I'll be interested to see if we see it today. I don't think we will, just based on what the teams are currently sitting on, with 5 seconds remaining.
But we are seeing some very interesting stuff from both sides.
Okay.
The wrecking balls from Mr. Baby and Ilthia, and then Scripto going over to the Winston, the full-on dive comp essentially here.
Oh, Mr. Baby going in deep, but actually it's Praetor who managed to get the kill. Knocks Fat Dog off the bridge, and that's a rough start for Capybara there. Losing a Moira that early. D.I.R.T will be able to set up straight away on the point. Well, that hasn't unlocked yet, so there is an opportunity now for Capybara to contest.
No, they're not. Not really in position for it right now. It doesn't seem like it. They're just biding their time. And they give that up for free.
Lithia caught out, not able to get away with that. The Farajul in the sky. Lithia comes around, knocks Zensus, boops Zensus around as well. So off the back of that, Capybara will come in and get a really, really quick capture onto the point.
Yeah, they're just patient there. They know that they could try to rush in for a last-second contest, but no, they play it slow. They take the approach that they were looking for, and they get the fight when they're able to just kind of collapse as they've got this really spread-out comp, one that's very mobile and able to close in on individual targets quite well.
Yeah, we see Praetor Crusade going down very low, just wanted to get a bit away from agriculture. Just flying around in the air here with that barrage. We'll see if they choose to use it as D.I.R.T engages onto the point. Oh, Script to XC goes down very low, but is able to be caught up. Praetor just jumping around the side. So kills going back and forth, the entrance to the point here. Oh, there you go. Fat Dog opens up with the coalescence. Both teams with the coalescence. Tasty. Seeing that, thinking, tasty. Though Ilithia is the first to open up with a kill here onto Zensus. So Tasty's Tasty Coalescence goes down. Praetor throws out that barrage as well. Gets killed in that as Zensus gets resurrected. So D.I.R.T here with a slight advantage on the point. It looks like they have the numbers, they have the damage, and they will hopefully clear off agriculture. Unless, of course, agriculture is able to survive. No, it goes down, but the point still hasn't been flipped.
No, and the stall coming through for the side of Capybara at this point. They've got Ilithia back here on the wrecking ball, the Tracer in play
the
as
minefield comes out as well. Oh, though, Script to XC able to use that Winston barrier to great effect to clear up the mines. But unfortunately, it's not enough. D.I.R.T will actually get the members back now. Oh, sorry, no, D.I.R.T already had the members. The stagger's not enough for Capybara to make any... I'm getting really confused now. Sorry, D.I.R.T is actually able to get their own members back. They still haven't flipped the point back, though. This stagger from Capybara doing phenomenal job. They get like 50% from that.
That's unreal. That was multiple respawn attempts there. Ilithia died 3 times in that fight on the wrecking ball, and they built up to 95%. We're now in one fight territory. Capybara just needs to come in, build up some ultimates, unleash them all, win one fight, and Gardens is going to be theirs.
Here we see agriculture now floating down with that barrage. Oh, shoots you back at Mr. Baby, and unfortunately, oh no, okay, able to finish off that kill. Crusade pops the Valkyrie, gets the res on to Mr. Baby's immortalities. Death Blossom goes in, kills off the Tracer actually, and Zenzus comes back. It's ult for ult here. The supercharger of Mr. Baby goes down. I'm gonna say it's an even fight on the point as Vexor comes off with the resurrection onto immortality now.
Yeah, but it looks like he's turning it. He's just popping off.
D.I.R.T playing together a little better here, and they're able to get the kill. Yeah, Zensus is able to get the kills. It looks like they will clean up. Oh, I tried to say that last time. We'll see what happens. Okay, they will clean up that fight finally.
No, they definitely will, and I like what D.I.R.T is doing right now with Praetor on this Tracer with no Sigma, with no Orisa on the other side. There's no stuns. There's not a lot of shielding to worry about, and Praetor's just able to wreak havoc, play kind of an old school Tracer style, and really have a lot of effectiveness so far.
Yeah, as D.I.R.T builds up to 90%, will Capybara have to contest now. And there you go, the Ilithia goes in on the wrecking ball, throws out the minefield to start out the fight. Oh, ow! Okay, that's great use of that Sigma barrier to clear out the minefield. Anyway, Zensus gets the kill onto immortality there, just proving that they're the superior Doomfist. We see both support ultimates come out from Capybara in an attempt to keep their players alive, and that off the back of that, they will start getting the kills here. Xentus gets on back onto Ilithia, but it's not going to be enough. That Primal Raging Winston cutting through. That Supercharger not really doing much. Jax is the only one benefiting from it, and they will get cut down in the end.
I don't think there's going to be any stall.
Nope. Yeah. Wow, a great flip there from Capybara as the scoreboard says 100 to 100. Good job, scoreboard.
I mean, and that round essentially just kind of comes down to the stall that they were able to get towards the tail end of their hold on the point. The amount of time that they bought, it gave them so much breathing room. It gave them an opportunity where it was just one fight necessary to win it. They're able to push it across the finish line at the very end, and Capybara find themselves up 1-0. We head to Control Center, where things are going to change pretty dramatically when it comes to those compositions.
Oh, yes, I like to see this. A good old, good old double shield, but with the Reinhardt for Script to Exe.
And, I mean, this is one of the few places where I've seen teams run this, and to a bit of success, you know, you can get aggressive and you can control space with that Reinhardt.
Particularly if you get the first point capture, you can push up right to that little spawn, that choke. And both teams actually running the Mei as well. Praetor starts out with the wall, doesn't really break anything up. It does allow Dirt to move onto the point though. Script to Exe gets frozen and taken down at the start of that fight. Great combination from Dirt's DPS there. And now the walls come out. Dirt is closed in, but unfortunately, Capybara is not in there with them, not able to get any damage done. The Halt coming out from Mr. Baby, pulling people up, but no follow-up from that. Xensus cuts through the Ilithia there as well. And after a... Okay, Script to Exe's back. Agriculture's frozen on the point. No, not getting in a charge onto that fortified Mr. Baby there. And Dirt will finally start their own point capture here on Control Center.
Yeah, fantastic start there. They're able to isolate Script with the freeze coming in from Praetor to Mei, making a lot of impact so far, and now they've got control of the choke. They've got an opportunity for the wall to be an even bigger factor, and that Blizzard as well ready to go for the side of Dirt.
For both teams, really. And a good wall. So it looks like Capybara is going around the back of the control onto the high ground. They use that stop Dirt from being able to follow them. Both Blizzards come out. A Venn diagram of pain and freezing on the point. Multiple members frozen, but it's Capybara who comes out on top. Crypto Sexy with a big fire strike, able to cut down 2 members of Dirt, and just like that, Capybara will wipe out Dirt. Oh, they'll clean up, sweep up the Dirt, and take the point.
Yeah, well, the Venn diagram of Dirt and Dead is just a circle after that fight. A really clean engagement coming in from Capybara. Now they get to control the choke of their zone, and they're getting really aggressive.
And making great use of those double shields. The Supercharger goes down to that... that Death Boss of Immortality. There's nothing you could do in that little choke point. The Reaper's spinning to win there.
Yeah, and you know that's what the Reinhardt kind of enables you to do, to get right up in that doorway and to deny space from the side of Dirt as they're trying to push in. A little bit of room having to be given now to Capybara's regroup and get ready for the next fight.
Yeah, they had to. They decided to ferry Script to Exe back, so they fell back onto the point to allow them to get back after falling in that fight. And Xensus comes through with a Despot backline. The Biotic Grenade onto Xensus does nothing. No self-healing for Reaper, but it doesn't matter. They're able to. Dirt is able to easily clean up that fight and even out the percentage at about 50%.
Yeah, this one going very back and forth like a seesaw right now. Neither team able to hold on to the point for any extended period of time, and yet again, it's going to be that high ground approach from Capybara. This is how they want to make their way into the point, but no, just a bit of a fake as they rotate back around.
They do get in the high ground eventually. Oh, unfortunately, the wall from Praetor able to cut them off. Oh, Script goes very low, gets a Nano Boost, gets the Earth Shatter out as well. That lays down 2 members of Dirt, and that, even with the Blizzard coming out from Praetor, as well as the Coalescence from Tasty, Capybara in its commanding position here on the stage. They come down, charge goes through onto Mr. Baby, able to survive and get healed up actually. So the reinforcements and Dirt coming up big, they're still putting up this ultimate percentage, and they're getting their players back as well. We see Jack, both the tanks come back. They've got their own ultimates. Ooh, the Supercharger from Ilithia, not getting much done with that wall in the way. And then the Gravitic Flux comes out, the Blizzard comes out as well. Well, yeah, it's ults everywhere. No real kills coming through, unfortunately. Blizzard only killing the supercharger of Mr. Baby. So now it's a 6v6 brawl in the fight. As I say, that immortality goes down. Not immortal after all. Hey, a charge from Script, able to take Zeniths out of the Zeniths out of the fight. That's 2 Reapers traded out. The Nano from Script doing great work. He just swinging that hammer through, but it's not enough. Dirt actually gets, great Earth Shatter from Script. It's not enough. Dirt able to clean up the fight here. They're on 99% now. Overtime has been triggered. It's just the staggers from Capybara coming through. Olivia, Immortality throws out the Death Blossom, able to get 3 kills off the back of that. Oh, but unfortunately, no one else from Capybara close enough to contest. And Dirt will even this Lijiang Tower up at 1 round apiece.
And Dirt putting on a masterclass there in how to just kite back and stay alive for reinforcements to come back in. They really should have been cleared off the point after losing the man advantage early on, but they're able to hang around for long enough to get those respawns in. And despite 2 nano boosts and 2 earth shatters coming down from Script and Fat Dog during that fight, they still can't quite close it out, and we're forced to a decisive point here on Night Market.
Bodes well for the rest of the match, so these teams are going tightly here on control. Oh, I'm really looking forward to this. Anyway, we see a Pharah coming out from both teams. So opting into that pharmacy duel again. And no changes to either of the tank lines either. So Capybara liking this double shield comp, feeling it maybe been a bit more successful. Wow, they just cut through the tank line from Dirt there. I don't care about your Pharah in the sky, even though Praetor does get the better of agriculture. We'll see if Dirt is able to make anything of this, as the point unlocks, but no one is there. I think agriculture getting rezzed. Yeah, it looks like, okay. So the pharmacy from Dirt making the first move onto the point, but Capybara's here in numbers. We'll see if they have anything to clean off. Yeah, they will. The pharmacy goes down. Fat Dog with a great product grenade on the Crusade just to finish that off and flip the point the way of Capybara.
Oh, and Fat Dog, the real MVP in that fight, the biotic grenade sets up those opening picks. It just gives Script free reign to go as aggressive as possible to just swing through. Another one landing onto both tanks, but no capitalization just yet.
The Nano though from oh wow! 3 players stunned then. Script just chews through them. And we see actually both sides have opted for a McCree as well. Immortality getting in there. Oh, this actually was Immortality or not important right now. Tasty gets one back. Tasty gets 2 back. And throws out the Coalescence as well. So, an opportunity here for Dirt to make some progress. They're going to have the reinforcements coming back. Oh, Agriculture getting cut. Oh, wasted down by the Coalescence, but is finally cut down by Tasty after it ends.
Script!
Agriculture. Oh, Script though, with that Earth Shatter. Oh, Ultimate's back and forward here, but in the end, it's Dirt that gets the advantage. And they're able to start their own point capture, flipping it back as Capybara approaches 50%.
Oh, Script almost saving the fight there with that late Earth Shatter. That's been the theme so far. He's hit big ones, but it hasn't quite resulted in fight wins for his team. They're just they're not timed perfectly, coming at the tail end of engagements or not getting the follow-up they need.
Oh, and a quick kill from Jack onto Immortality with the benefit of that supercharger. Praetor takes down Script as well. That's that big swinging hammer taken out of this fight. It'll be very difficult for Capybara to contest, and they will succumb to the pressure and fall back a little bit, waiting for the reinforcements to come through.
And that's just smart. They know they can't push forward without those 2 tanks. They need the double shield to be able to gain any ground whatsoever. And now that we've got this McCree duel going on, Agriculture having a bit of a harder time on the Pharah.
Yeah, and we see that Zeniths is also swapped off the Pharah, not wanting to run that. Or was it Praetor? I forget who was on the Pharah, but anyway, they're not running it. The Dead-Eye comes out from Praetor. That'll force the pharmacy back as the Valkyrie comes out. Vexra not able to get any kills off the back of that Dead-Eye, but Zeniths also comes through with a Meteor Strike. Doesn't get anything on, gets got a grenade, but is able to get out. Immortality though, the Dead-Eye gets 1 onto Praetor. Zeniths counters straight back on Agriculture. Oh, and again, Immortality with 2 kills and Agriculture coming up as well. Oh, Capybara had a slight advantage there, but with the res coming through to Zeniths as well. And, oh, bloody hell, Zeniths coming through, getting 2 kills off the back of that. Tasty chipping in as well. Even with that supercharger out, it looks like Capybara will be forced back here as they approach 90%. Sorry, Dirt approaches 90%.
That last fight was the definition of chaos right there. So many ultimates committed from both sides, and now it's going to be a last-second recontest for D.I.R.T. for Capybara.
Oh, what an earth shatter. Lays down 3. The Bardic 8 follow-up from Fat Dog. Gets killed in the process, but it doesn't matter. Script is swinging their way through D.I.R.T right now. Using that big broom of a hammer to sweep away the D.I.R.T, and they will flip the point capture over as D.I.R.T hits 99%. It's all or nothing now for Capybara.
Just beautiful timing there from the tanks of Capybara. Alithia and Script just coming through the slam to knock so many members of D.I.R.T up in the air. Script following up with the Earth Shatter. This time it finds Pater and gives them some new life here as they try to avoid going down in the first map.
The Immortality onto the Reaper now. Doing a great job on the McCree, but willing to sacrifice that for the shotguns of the Reaper. Mr. Baby's supercharger, not enough to save the 2 members hit by Agriculture's barrage, but the resurrection will be there, and the rest of D.I.R.T is easily cleaning up. They will flip the point back, and I feel that Capybara will be hard pressed to even get anyone to the point, particularly when you're running your Reinhardt into a flashbang there. Oh, great work from D.I.R.T to finish off that round and take out Lijiang Tower.
Absolutely, they come away with the big win here, and it kind of comes off the back of, I would just say, great team play all around. This is a very impressive showing to start off the night, but make no mistake, these two teams very evenly matched. I think we're in for a heck of a series.
Oh, we are in for a fantastic series, and we saw a lot of swaps actually on that night market. So there's both teams showing that they don't feel like they have to run the meta. They're willing to make the swaps necessary to get the job done. And I was also interested to see if Capybara chooses to run more of that double shield with Reinhardt, or is that just a control specific thing? We do see sometimes we see some weird comps just on control, and the remaining game types or game modes end up going back to the more standard 2-2 composition.
Yeah, from what I've seen recently, it's pretty much a thing that you only see on Control, or maybe if we were headed to King's Row at some point in the series. But alas, we're not. I don't think you're going to be seeing that on any other map tonight. It just doesn't have the geography for it. You need an incredibly close range, fight to be able to make that pick work. You're just not going to get that. Horizon, Junkertown, Nabani, all on the cards as we head into the later.
Yeah, well, we used to see it on Junkertown, but it was before the introduction of Sigma. Back when Pirate Ship was more run, that was always fun. I enjoyed playing that. You just set the Bastion up on the cart, one tank facing forward, one tank facing back, and hope for the best.
And
we're not there yet.
That is actually a look that is still pretty viable. I wasn't really considering it in those bunker setups. But something to keep an eye on. Capybara already showing us that look, already showing us quite a bit of that wrecking ball as well. Maybe a little bit less of that to come as Alithia is subbing out.
Yeah.
Bear going to be coming in for the side of Capybara.
Yeah, both teams switching sides, so we'll now see Capybara in the blue and D.I.R.T in the red.
And that's interesting, because if you look at the position descriptions for Capybara, Alithia and Script both listed as off tanks. So they were running with 2 off tanks, despite the fact that they came out at times with that double main tank setup. So now they've got themselves a proper main tank in the game in Bear, and we'll see if that can kind of turn things a bit more in their favor.
Yeah, we'll probably see Script perhaps changing off on Script probably moving off their Reinhardt like we thought, and onto the Sigma perhaps. Maybe we'll see a bit of. Actually, I think we'll see Sigma.
No, as we head into Horizon, especially, I don't really anticipate anything else unless we see some kind of really out of the box strategy coming through. We'll get a taste of that. So far, both these teams showing us that they are not afraid to do that. If they think that the meta is not necessarily the best pick for a specific point, then they are going to be going with their gut and trying to do what they think is right. So I think that alone tells us that we're going to have an entertaining series. These teams very willing to kind of go outside the box.
I'm looking forward to what they pull out as we load into Horizon Lunar. The requisite 40 seconds to not show us anything, and then of course the attacking team will get another 30 seconds or so to show us, something they're not going to run.
Yeah, so we will have D.I.R.T coming out on the defense here.
Capybara on the defense, I think. They swap sides.
Oh, they have. Thank you very much. I needed that.
My sticky notes come to the rescue.
Fair enough. So, D.I.R.T coming out on the attack this time around. Capybara on the defense here of Horizon. And nothing too surprising at all for the defender.
Well, given the defenders are starting in the hydroponics bay, it's appropriate they've got agriculture on their team.
Absolutely, but breaking out the blizzards, not generally too great for the plants. I'm not gonna lie. The trees that they got in here, they look a little bit tropical. I don't think they're really used to snow.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, no. The moon is historically a lovely tropical destination. Man. You go there, you're there to soak up the sun. There's no atmosphere. You're just getting nothing but sun.
Oh, absolutely. Best tan of your life and
last tan of your life.
What do you mean? Atmosphere is necessary? Is that what you're trying to say? I don't buy it.
Maybe a little bit. Oh! Bradith with the sneaky teleporter strat there, getting D.I.R.T straight under and onto the point. I like that. The Hulk comes. The Hulk comes through from Bear, but the rest of D.I.R.T is able to get out of there with their lives, even though they got split up. So as I say that, Jack goes down straight away. Gonna make it a bit more difficult for the attacking team to get the job done. Capybara playing well, grouped up together here at the back of the point. As I say that, Vexer goes down to Pussy. Okay. Just frozen there as well. Yeah, okay, Praetor, that Sombra pick, Symmetra pick. Wow, that's a very quick photonic barrier.
Yeah, he's just racking up damage. He's built it up on the shield's full charge. Never has to reload, just pumping out damage, and he's tearing them to pieces. He got in the back line and just disrupted so well.
Bloody hell, so that was a really, really smart Symmetra pick there. Get into the fall. I have a feeling D.I.R.T has practiced this, and I love it.
Yeah, the carry Symmetra so far from Praedyth, I mean, putting up a fantastic showing, and they're going to look to press the advantage. They've got the Coalescence. They can take this fight immediately.
They're going to have the Sand Barrier, the Supercharger's already up for Baby as well. They've got heaps of tools coming here. I think, Praedyth. Oh no, your teleporter's still up. I don't know what the teleporter's still there for, but anyway. So we see D.I.R.T choosing to come through the main door now. The Supercharger comes out from Bear, but it's burnt down straight away. And off the back of that, Zensus gets 2 kills, throws out the Meteor Strike, slam! Comes down to Vexer as the rest of Capybara cleaned up very easily there by D.I.R.T. And this looks like it'll be a really, really quick point B. Yeah, it will be 5 minutes 10 in the time bank.
Oh my lord, that is disgusting. And that is back-to-back series so far that we have seen just blazing time banks here on Horizon. Really, really impressive stuff there from D.I.R.T. You could tell they come out on that Symmetra comp and they are practiced. They are ready. They know exactly what the plan of attack is, and they execute it to perfection.
They do indeed. We'll see if they have any sneaky strats of defense here. I'm curious. We'll see. Maybe we'll see a sim defense as well. We could see we see sometimes a bunker defense with a Symmetra. You just put the teleporter on both sides of the point and have the bash and just flick back and forth, confuse the attacking team, give them a bit of whiplash as they look back and forth, going, "Where are the bullets coming from?"
Yeah, that can be a fantastic strat, and it's not exactly what you were talking about, but it is definitely an interesting look here. The Ashe and Bastion DPS duo.
Yeah, it did. You don't see. I don't think I think I've casted Ashe before. I don't really get to see her much though. It's unfortunate because I do love seeing Bob on the field. Probably one of my favorite ultimates in the game. Just giant robot that shoots things. Better than Bastion. Just doesn't feel as cheap as Bastion.
It doesn't feel as cheap. He's got aim lock, my man.
I don't care. You have to earn Bob, and you throw him out, and everyone goes, "Yay, Bob!"
Fair enough. Everybody loves Bob, and you know, we'll see if that's going to hold true for
Ooh.
Capybara, who are coming out with a Symmetra of their own. They could bypass this Bastion completely.
There you go, teleport. Oh, they're halted out, and the teleporter broken down. Oh, Bear goes down as well, so a much better start from Dirt. And now, oh, yes, okay, Agriculture's a little cut off, but I think they're going to be safe. No one... Okay, Tasty going to chase down Agriculture. No, just to check it out.
He's just kind of looking around, keeping an eye out. They know the Doomfist is over there somewhere. Not 100% sure where, but not too worried right now, as they've already, you know, forced away the swap from the Symmetra. It's going to be the May out for Immortality, walling him off.
There you go. The wall allows the members of Capybara to make their way under. So now we'll see Dirt rotate around. We'll see if they choose to drop, or they'll just set. No, they'll just set up Zensus here on the high ground, looking down at the point. So 2 ticks already going the way of Capybara. It's interesting. They've all right, start from Dirt. But, oh, Zensus goes down. They do have the res. We'll see if Pusey is able to make the res there. Praetor gets a kill on Immortality as well. But Capybara just pretty much uncontested until now. The Coalescence coming out from Fat Dog. Get the members alive. There's Bob. Hello, Bob. So Praetor throws that out there. Lots of healing going on to Bob there. And so there's 2 turrets now on the point. But it doesn't matter. Vexra actually takes down Jax in the middle of that. As Capybara's kite back from the Bob and the Bastion. Oh, there you go. The kill's coming from Dirt now. The DPS opening up. The Immortality field there as well. The Zensus not going down here. Looks like Capybara will have to retreat with only 2 ticks taken.
Okay, and they got those 2 ticks thanks to a really nice halt to set things up. Bear pulled Zensus and launched him away from the point where he was pretty ineffective. He eventually went down, got rezzed back into the fight, and you know, eventually Dirt able to hold on. And that's exactly what they need here as they try to tie things up, or as they try to you know, set up their defense. Yeah, here on Horizon, and now a bit of a split push coming in from the attacker.
Yeah, they're seeing. Oh, Pusey loses it. Did that? Yes, loses the Valkyrie there. Unfortunately, casting that take it down. Factor goes down in return, but I feel spawn-wise, this will favor the attackers. So with Zensus here in the back line, just even propped up on that wall, not going to matter. That amplification matrix coming out as well. There's going to be a lot of damage coming through. A smart rotation from Capybara. Throw down the sound barrier, I think. But unfortunately, it's not enough. They rotated around the amplification matrix, but they weren't able to get the kills in time. Looks like Dirt will finish up here with that supercharger.
Yeah, they continue to hold fast right now. They're willing to commit these ultimates, and they play that fight nicely. It was a good approach, I would say, from Capybara to wrap all the way around to avoid that amplification matrix as much as possible, but they just can't hang on. Now Bear already going down very low, almost falls to that damage boosted Ash.
Oh, Praetor's just sniping out there, but, you know, giving over some nice support ult charge as well. Fat Dog with that Coalescence ready to go. Goes a bit low. Vexra nowhere near that sound barrier, having used it in the last fight. So as we see Capybara take the high ground this time, Dirt just sitting in that back corner. Another wall comes out from Agriculture, lifting up that Bastion. And will they get the kill? No. Zentus able to survive again. The Immortality field coming out from Tasty now, keeping the rest of Dirt alive in the same time. But off the back of that, Capybara, the Supercharger Coalescence combo, able to take out all the members of Dirt, and they will capture point A and move on to capturing point B.
And this time they were able to force out that Immortality field in a position where the Coalescence could deal with it quite easily. Once that's gone, Zensus follows immediately, and now this is going to be desperate to try to get the defense set up.
And Zensus coming through with the tank form Bastion, not doing much damage though. Praetor actually doing the work here. And Zensus going very, very low, but getting healed up. Great support there from the supports of Dirt to keep Zensus alive as they, yeah, you see 2 kills, 3 kills off the back of that for Zensus. Oh, and 1 tick for Capybara as well.
Yeah, I mean, Capybara did a good job of recognizing that that bunker wasn't quite fully set up in the back. And they just charge in. They don't get the fight win, but they get a tick out of it. They now have forced Zensus off the Bastion. Doesn't want to run that for point B. The Hanzo in play now.
Yeah, but I guess essentially a sniper defense here from Dirt. They've got a few ultimates to work with as well. We'll see Bob hopefully will come out in this fight. I guess agriculture with the Blizzard here, really the only tool that Capybara has at the moment. We'll see if they choose to use it, or they just willing to let Dirt throw out a few ultimates like they are now. Bob goes out, Amplification Matrix goes out as well. Trying to see if Bob makes use of that. But anyway, yes, he was able to get used to that and kills Vexra.
Yeah.
So not a bad fight for Capybara. Forced out a few ultimates from Dirt.
Yeah, but now the full swap's kind of coming in from Dirt. Pradith over to the Mei, Tasty on the Moira here as they settle in for the long haul on this defense.
Yep, and we do see both tank ultimates available for Dirt here as Capybara push in. Thankfully, the counter gravitic flux that comes out, they will have the sound barrier from Vexra. That'll keep all the members of Capybara healthy on the point. As the supercharger comes out from Mr. Baby as well. Finally able to finish off Immortality with the help of that there. The supercharger goes a script to Exy actually get in the kill onto Jack, evening out that fight there. Crusade gets the res, and the kills are going back in the favor of Dirt here on the defense. Oh, we see Jack frozen, but able to get away with the life, and the dragon comes through. Jack with the accretion kill onto the opposing Sigma as well. And that'll be another attack thwarted for Capybara. That might have been their best opportunity they had.
No, it probably was. They'll have one more good shot at this with a couple of ults in tow. The Gravitic Flux, the Death Blossom as well. Bear potentially getting up to that supercharger. They have options and they have the tools to break this open. An advantage in the ult economy, but they've got to be able to execute.
Yeah, we'll see. All eyes, I think, will be on script to Exy. The Gravitic Flux has no counter at the moment. No loot. Dirt as goes out, and they're able to get one kill off the back of it onto Tasty. That's a great start. Immortality with the Death Blossom not able to get anything done. So the rest of their team does come in. Oh, great freeze on the point. Bears frozen to the supports though. Able to survive away from that Blizzard. The supercharger's still up. And now it's going to be very difficult for Capybara to make any progress. They get the kill on the Crusade. They've got the kills in their advantage. But the overtime wick is burning. They cannot leave the point. They cannot suffer really any losses in this fight.
And the reinforcements are there for
Dirt
as they're trying to swing this one back. The Coalescence for Fat Dog keeping everyone alive for Capybara as they try to make their stand.
Oh, a good wall there. Managed to isolate Mr. Baby on the point. Another sound barrier comes out from Vexra, keeping all the members of Capybara healthy. Unfortunately, the kills aren't coming through fast enough for the attacking team. Crusade manages to get the kill onto Mr. Baby. Pradith goes down though to a great rocket punch by Immortality. So Capybara in a great position. They're just not getting the kills fast enough though. As I say that, Jack goes down as well. The percentage keeps building up. Zensus jumps in on that Doomfist at the back, goes down straight away. Yeah, it looks like it will be just the staggers now. Capybara will finally finish this out, but with no time left in their time bank.
And with 5 minutes on the other side for Dirt, this is as good as a loss at this point. If you can pull off a hold like this, it would be one of the most impressive things I'll ever see in a game of Overwatch. Capybara have their work cut out for them, but they stay alive for now.
Yep. And I guess on the and I think they probably really needed this to arrest any momentum Dirt had. Just Dirt, that attack was blisteringly fast. You see that 5 minutes in the time bank. I think if Dirt is able to push through here, which I suspect they will, they'll be have great momentum at the halfway point of this match.
No, that gives you the 2-0 lead. That guarantees that the worst case scenario for you as Dirt is that you'll come away with a tie in this series. That's even if you lose the last two maps. So it's exactly where you want to be, and you've got a golden opportunity to put this series on the verge of being over.
Yeah, and we'll see what Capybara is running out with now. They're choosing to run the more or less bunker composition with Bastion and Mei as their DPS, opting not to go for the Mercy actually, but relying on, foregoing that chance at a resurrection.
Okay, so Dirt just gonna have a little bit of fun with this one. I think we're rolling out with the Wrecking Ball. Diva, the dive is in full effect. Zensis on the Genji here. They're gonna give it a shot. I imagine this is going to stick around long enough for one Nano Blade.
Agriculture caught out. Oh, able to be kept alive, but the ice block, but still isolated on their own. They're able to get back to the point now and get back to protection. And Bear getting the kill on Kratos as well. Mr. Baby comes in, gets mowed down by Immortality. And that will be at least one fight down, about 5 or 6 to go for Capybara.
That was almost disaster, as you said. Immortality getting isolated, but D.I.R.T not really able to capitalize on that, and they even keep the Mei alive. She builds up quite a bit of ultimate over the course of that first fight. But really, this is just kind of, it feels like just a matter of time till that EMP, that Dragon Blade, those tools for D.I.R.T come online.
Yeah, but the EMP, if it's even time for an EMP, he will come up really big against this bunker position. Oh, there you go. Agriculture going low, but is able to build up that Blizzard. Actually not going to need to use it. Only the Coalescence needing to be invested by Capybara here. And that's another fight win. So as they go down below 4 minutes in D.I.R.T's time bank, all is not lost for Capybara here. We're building up to some great ultimates.
Yeah, indeed they are, but on the horizon towards the, if this fight continues for a little while longer, all of those ultimates could just be stripped from them in an instant. That's what Praedyth is bringing to the table. All the cards kind of in that basket for D.I.R.T here. The Sombra does go down low, forced to translocate away, go find a little bit of healing. They're just biding their time right now.
They've got that Nano Blade ready. I think they're waiting for Praedyth to get that EMP. This is just going to be a big fight for D.I.R.T. They're going to throw all their ultimates in to wipe out this bunker in one fell swoop. There you go. The EMP goes in, able to hit the Bastion there and the Orisa. No shielding, no Bastion. The Blizzard goes in from Agriculture, able to get a freeze alongside Crypto Xe, able to get a kill with the Gravitic Flux. The tank form from Immortality comes in, but actually, okay, 2 kills there. The Bastion and the Mei still alive on this point.
It's a 3v2. They've booped them off the point. Did anyone get back?
I'm not sure. Crypto Xe goes down. Oh, Pusey goes down. Agriculture goes down as well. And yeah, D.I.R.T will finally get this off the back of that. All those off the back of the EMP.
It wasn't pretty for D.I.R.T. They very nearly blew the opportunity there. The EMP wasn't perfect. Only hit the Orisa and the Bastion when it came through. But the overwhelming force coming in after that is enough to get D.I.R.T the one tick that they needed. It was very, very close. A valiant effort from Capybara, but D.I.R.T find themselves up 2-0 after Horizon Lunar Colony.
Jeez, yes. After all that, I feel like it was a fairly one-sided Lunar Colony.
No, it
not as close as Lijiang Tower. Well, I suppose Lijiang Tower. Capybara started out with the first round win, so not really able to make much of an impression since then. But we'll see if they can turn it around on Junkertown. We saw in the last match, Junkertown was a fantastic match. Was a fantastic map. We saw great spawn holds, great attacking pushes, and yeah. So we'll see if Capybara is able to bring anything special on that map.
Yeah, they definitely have an opportunity here. They need to turn things around if they want to avoid taking the loss in this series. At this point, the best they can do is come through with a tie. So we'll see if they're able to get on that road here on Junkertown. As we reach halftime of the series, I do want to remind everyone at home of a few things. If you scroll down right below the Twitch stream, you can find the MVP poll, where you can decide who deserves a little bit of added love here tonight. Which one of these players impresses you the most, or someone you just want to give a little bit of props to. We'll be revealing the results of that at the end of the broadcast. But in the meantime, if you're enjoying what we're doing, that's a great way to support us. Another great way, drop us a follow on the Twitch stream. A sub is absolutely massive as well. And if all that's too much, come join us on the Discord at Star Esports. You can keep track of everything that we've got going on, multiple events, and a lot of great teams in the community there. So a really great place to be if you're interested at all in Tier 3 Overwatch. And so far that community delivering in a big way with these two teams.
Yep. We'll see. Well, I've got one player restarting, so we're just going to take a bit of time here before we load into the map.
Yeah, so as we head into Junkertown, I mean, it would be another opportunity for the Bastion to come into play. Immortality, I thought was pretty solid on the Bastion. Yes, the defense doesn't ultimately work out for Capybara, but it was a solid showing. It was not bad by any means, and it would be something I'd love to see them try to go to a little bit more often, especially on the attack here of Junkertown. If you can get that pirate ship on or underway, then you've really got a good opportunity to start bringing this series back.
Yeah, definitely, and we'll see if either team chooses to go with that. That's that forward spawn hold on the defense that we're seeing a lot of nowadays. Yeah, particularly I think in the last match we didn't see either team try to do that with the Bastion, but I think with Bastion coming out on both sides here, or just Immortality, it might be something. Yeah, we will see from Capybara on their defense.
Yeah, we'll just have to see in just a little while. I mean, Junkertown in that last series was probably the best map of the entire affair. I've got to say, it went down to the wire, and I think it's one of those kind of equalizer maps where if things haven't been going your way, which they haven't really been for Capybara so far tonight, then it gives you a chance to come through and kind of completely change the complexion of the series, completely change the compositions that are being run, at least to kind of break out that Bastion. Yes, we're still gonna see Orisa Sigma. That's inevitable at this point. Just I've given up on really seeing a whole lot else outside of a few niche situations, but we do have some opportunity for teams to get a little bit outside the box and kind of distinguish themselves in that regard.
Yeah, and particularly on the first point of Junkertown, it gives teams an opportunity, if they're not so comfortable running that Doom Reaper composition. It is quite meta right now. They can run variations. We've seen May put to good use. Well-positioned walls can close, even though it's a wide open space. Well-positioned walls at the right choke points can close down that point and later get in there and do a lot of damage. If you're really willing to run it, you could run a sniper or two. We just see a Widow Brat flash up briefly. I think they stayed in spawn the last match. So it's
yeah, I mean, this should definitely be an interesting opportunity for Capybara. For D.I.R.T, this is a chance to kind of close out the series, to secure your victory if you can win Junkertown. If not, then we head into map 4, and there's a chance for the tie to come through for Capybara. So D.I.R.T, they want to be on top of their game. They want to close this one out and finish this off in style, not have to sweat it out in map 4. And they showed us a little bit of an interesting look last time running out with that Symmetra. They showed that they have some versatility and are really willing to go outside the box. And I think Junkertown presents that chance once again.
It does indeed, as we have loaded into the map now. So we're very close to seeing at least what Capybara is willing to run here. Junkertown. My homeland. It's good to see it.
So, I mean, I've never been to Australia. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good of a representation is this? Let's talk.
Color-wise, it's nailed it. especially when you go a bit further out from the cities. It is this color, orangey brown. Although if you go in the center of the country, the sand is not very. It's very red. It's quite a weird thing to see. Particularly if I remember going to the Botanic Gardens in Canberra, the national capital, and they have a little red center display. So the Botanic Gardens is all green and lovely, and they have a red center display, and it's just a big circle of red sand. And it looks weird and out of place, but that is what the Outback looks like. Yes. Fortunately, though, we're not not as rusty as this place seems to be.
I would hope so. You'd have to be getting tetanus shots left and right. And that's people talk about the animals will kill you in Australia. The rust, if it was like this, that would get you in a heartbeat. But look at this offensive setup coming out from Dirt. The Bastion already on the field, and they're catching him a bit off guard.
Agriculture getting the better of that sniper duel though against Praedyth. Could be a bit of a blow to the confidence there. Yeah, the forward hold coming in from Capybara. Again, no Bastion with this forward hold, but they're making it work. Oh, poor Jack. Couldn't get back into spawn.
I mean, so far this is what we're seeing on Junkertown. It's hard for the Bastion to get out of spawn. Everyone trying to run it on the attack. And if you are just on the kind of vanilla composition here, you can get aggressive. You can put pressure on that Bastion, make his life difficult.
Yeah, Praedyth though swaps over onto the Pharah. Not really going to make much of a difference right now as Mr. Baby goes down and rezzed up. Yeah, there you go. Praedyth's just hiding behind their team now. They've got the Bastion set up in that corner. Oh, I was about to say that Capybara, you're losing 2 straight away to Zensis. Great start from that Bastion. The Bastion's now set up on the cart. Scoop to Xe doing what they can to absorb that Bastion fire, but it's not going to be enough. They will go down, and Dirt will start making progress on this payload on point A.
And now the Pharah pick from Praedyth becomes very powerful as Capybara have to try to push back through the choke point to try and re-aggress, get on to the payload and put some pressure on Zensis. Those rockets are going to be extra deadly and the barrage almost online.
Yeah, and as they're coming through this little doorway, oh, Praedyth with a really quick kill onto Immortality there. That's a great start. Gets accreted out of the air and not able to be kept alive. That's a big start to that fight from Capybara. And Scoop to Xe doing all the hard work here, taking down Zensis as well. Agriculture finishing up on the Jack. That's a fantastic work by Scoop to Xe, building up the Gravitic Flux and asserting this defense for Capybara.
And just a slight misplay coming out there from Tasty. The Immortality field doesn't get put on the cart as it's moving forward. Zensis just rolls slowly out of its protective range and eventually goes down. They really get nothing out of that cooldown, which is kind of the central defensive measure of this Bastion comp, especially against that Coalescence.
Yeah, but look at the ultimates available for Dirt, all 6, as we see the Amplification Matrix and the Supercharger coming out. Oh, the Immortality field doing a lot of work to keep the members of Dirt alive, but it's not enough. It gets taken down. Immortality picks up 2, but on the counter, Dirt able to come up with the better kills there. And okay, out of that fight, they're throwing half their ultimate, or most of 2/3 of their ultimates, but they're able to come out with the fight win and most likely a point A finish.
Definitely a point A finish. Capybara not going to attempt to re-aggress here. They can't risk it at this point. They want to set up for a strong point B defense. And that means taking control of this high ground.
And we see that as the cart comes through here for Dirt, they do have... I was going to say, in the last fight, Scoop to Xe actually threw in the Gravitic Flux. Didn't get anything out of it, unfortunately. Which was lucky for Dirt, because they didn't have a sound barrier to counter it, which is, I guess, the usual counter. Ooh, as I say, that Scoop to Xe is able to get out of there. Okay, there you go, the Blizzard being thrown in. It doesn't get eaten. It comes out from Agriculture, but it's probably in the wrong spot. That's not really where you wanted that. That's probably bounced off something, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there. That's a bit of a misplay. And now it might cost them.
Gravitic Flux comes out. The sound barrier from Vexor counters that, but it's not enough to keep Scoop to Xe alive, unfortunately. And Praedyth just chunking through the members of the defense. Immortality gets on back on Jack, but the rest of Capybara are forced to retreat into this room. And Praedyth actually not content to let that rest. No. Oh, Praedyth.
Now you're in trouble, my man.
Oh, okay, gets out. Jack with the protection there. Great work from Pusey and Jack to keep Praedyth alive.
Bear still wants to fight this. The Immortality field pushed out immediately, but he falls.
Gone. And Immortality is as Immortality throws out the Bob as well. Bob just stopping any progress on the cart. Getting burnt down, but still stopping that cart making any progress. Zensis comes up. The Bastions are still alive on the cart. They've got that tank form available, but choosing not to invest it. The Praedyth there finally uses that barrage, cleans up the fight, and Dirt will capture point B.
Okay, and they continue their march through Junkertown. They play that fight incredibly well. Pusey with the incredible patience throughout that. Doesn't go in for the res while the Bob is active and eventually get Zensis back into the fight. They're a bit of an overextension from Tasty, cost her life, but that's just gonna mean that the rest of Dirt kind of have to back off.
But they've got a fair amount of time bank. Still 2 minutes 40 available to them, and they've at least got their tank form. They've almost at their tank ultimates. All 3 tank ultimates, if you consider tank loosely. As Dirt comes in, great wall there from Agriculture, cuts off a few members of Dirt. But unfortunately, it's not enough. Mr. Baby and Predator chewing through the front line of Capybara there. Scoop to Xe going low, trapped in the back line. Thankfully not throwing away the Gravitic Flux. And this pirate ship will continue its march forward, somehow getting wind inside.
Oh, and Immortality going down very late. Pradith able to chase that one down, will give his life for it. So an even trade gonna favor the defenders with their closer spawns.
Yes, it will. We'll see. Okay, the Blizzard comes in this time. The Blizzard comes out from Agriculture, sits on the cart. Zen says burnt down straight away. Finish off with a giant rock from Skip to Xe. Bear goes down at the start of the fight, but it's not really going to matter. Looks like Capybara's coming through with the kills here. As the remaining members of Dirt retreat, they're willing to give up the cart. They've got a minute 30 left and lots of ultimates to work with.
They absolutely do a great opportunity for Dirt to get back in this fight. They're going to have the big 6 ready to go, but still not, exactly lacking in ultimates on the other side. Vextro has to be big with this sound barrier. That's got to be the sustain tool, especially with Jack having that Gravitic Flux ready to go.
Okay, we'll see what Dirt just chooses to come up the main street here. That barrier is burned down very quickly. As Capybara is actually set up on the cart, and Zensa says, no, I don't like that, that's my cart. Throws out the tank form. Oh, not quite able to get any kills, and in the end, Script to Xe slaps him down onto the ground with a Gravitic Flux. Oh, Pusey dies in the middle of Valken Res. Oh, that's horrific. Capybara with the convincing fight win then. Dirt losing a couple of key ultimates with only 40 seconds left.
They are going to give up on the Bastion though. Zensis making the swap to the Doom, already finding Pater, takes out Immortality. That's going to force a bit of a retreat from Capybara, a free entry through the choke point for Dirt, and an opportunity to take the last fight.
The Dragon comes out from Praetor, from most near spawn, clearing the way for Dirt to come in here. That's super. Oh, that Cash Matrix is not doing anything.
Yeah, not the best placement. I think that should have got on the cart.
It pushed Capybara back. They were afraid of the window. Anyway, Bear's able to open up that fight into Zensis. The Supercharger comes out from Mr. Baby. Immortality Field keeping it alive, I think. Anyway, the Gravitic Flux comes out. It's countered by Vexra. Great use of that sound barrier. But it doesn't matter. Dirt, Predator in particular, coming through really big, getting a couple of key picks in there. Another pick on the Script to Xe as well. It looks like Dirt might have the tools they need to get the job done here. The Coalescence of Fat Dog, not proving not to be enough, goes down the middle of that. Agriculture throws in the Blizzard, ice blocks himself on the cart. That'll buy a little bit more time for the respawns to come through. But Agriculture will get absolutely smacked there. And Dirt will finish Junkertown. 0 minutes in the time bank, but a finish is a finish.
Indeed, especially here on Junkertown. This has not been an easy map to complete fully at all. So to get it done there is excellent for Dirt. It gives you a great opportunity to close out this series, to finish up the win here and secure Junkertown, secure the win here tonight and take down Capybara. But they are going to have to stop them short or finish the work in extra round.
Yep. So in order to get to extra rounds, of course, Capybara has to finish the map. And it was a decent defense, pushing the opponent to overtime. Yes, they finished the map, but they did. I feel they had a, particularly on point C, they had a really solid defense. So we'll see if, I guess the first stage will, of course, see if are they able to get out of their spawn. That has proved to be a little troublesome for some teams. And then it looks like the defending team. Oh, okay, Praetor on the Widowmaker. This is interesting. Something we haven't seen in a while here on Junkertown.
No, definitely not. I mean, it's something that he flashed on the attack before giving it up pretty quickly.
Switching to the Farah.
This is an interesting look here, and I'm curious how it's going to fare if Immortality breaks out that Bastion yet again. It's the Farah could have a bit of a hard time, but they're going to be playing a long range poke comp, but they're still going for this spawn door defense.
Well, Praetor's here just hiding in the background, looking to see who comes out that top spawn door. Nothing doing. And yeah, we'll see the Bastion, the bunker set up in that, what's now common on the attacker's right spawn door. Actually, they come through the house and able to get it. Wow, lots of quick kills coming through for Capybara here. Praetor gets one counted onto Bear. Unfortunately, Praetor is quite isolated and has to run away.
Yeah, Praetor was essentially never in that fight to begin with.
And they went through the house.
Yeah, they were on kind of an awkward angle. They went for a grapple shot and didn't quite get over the building. Had to go upstairs. Wasted a lot of time while his teammates were dying. By the time they get there, even with one pick, there's nothing that D.I.R.T can do to save that fight. They're gonna have to try to make a go of it here as they recontest.
As Immortality here, just sitting on the car, holding left, using that Gatling gun to good effect. No picks to either team here. Praetor's plugging away at the backline, trying to take that Immortality. Oh, and Zentus actually finished it off. And trades on both teams here, 1 for 1. Oh, Zentus caught on the ground though, taken out by Agriculture. The Resurrection does come on to Tasty. The Infosight comes out from Praetor as well. But this Coalescence of Fat Dog probably going to be a bit more beneficial for the attacking team here. Yeah, oh, Pusey going very low, Tasty low as well. Pops the Coalescence just to keep themselves alive. We see the Amplification Matrix coming out from Vextra now, the Blizzard from Agriculture as well. It's going to be very hard for D.I.R.T to stay on this cut. As I say that, Zensis comes in, double kill with a barrage. Slightly evens out the fight.
They commit the supercharger, they're ready to fight.
They really want to take this.
Oh, the Immortality field though, is that...
burnt down straight away. Okay, Pusey's back now as well. So both the healers actually survived. Mr. Baby, all the healing in the world.
The Immortality field is here.
Oh! The script to Exy stunned Pusey out of the Valkyrie and finished it off. The Gravitic Flux and Script is wow. Script to Exy, another fight carried by Script to Exy. I hear on point A of Junkertown as well. This bloody hell.
What a play coming in from the Sigma of Capybara when they need it most. They are able to close out point A, staying alive through that engagement. The accretion combo to kill off the Valking Mercy is just beautiful. Pretty much saves the fight for them there, builds up his Gravitic Flux, and is able to push his thing through the choke point.
There you go. Point A on Trunkertown seems to be Script to Xy's comfort pick here. As Immortality pulled up on top of the cut, does not give a damn. Cuts through both Praetor and Mr. Baby. Agriculture joining in on the fun too. Fortunately, Praetor's just sitting on top, not really blocking anything with that ice block. Oh, Pusey caught out here. Oh, Script to Xy hunting them down with the assistance of Agriculture. And this pirate ship is showing no signs of stopping here. Full steam ahead. Or full sail ahead, I suppose, with that big sail-like shield from Marissa. And that's just going to be a point B capture. 4.5 minutes in this time bank. Wow.
D.I.R.T kind of goes all in there. They lift Immortality up above with the ice wall. And that in theory should make him pretty vulnerable. But in reality, all it did was give him a vantage point to free fire into the rest of D.I.R.T and take down the defense as they were trying to engage.
Yeah, they did. So we see Capybara pushing in now. They've got almost, we'll have 5 ultimates to work with here. We'll see they choose to throw out the, okay, the supercharger goes out first. Oh, but a big Gravitic Flux coming back from Jack there lifts most of Capybara up. But in the end, even though they didn't have a sound barrier to counter it, they survived and were able to pick up the kills there. Script actually doing a lot of work in that fight. We'll see Jack caught out. Ooh, just able to get away with their life. Actually, the smart halt there coming from Bear, able to bring the tanks together. Oh, and it's fantastic move from Agriculture as well. Isolates off the tanks, stops the healing coming through from Tasty, and D.I.R.T is just cut down. This car is going to keep marching through point C.
Oh, and now Immortality is going to be so difficult to deal with on this card as it comes straight down the barrel of this final section of the map. He's got the Amp Matrix ready to go. They've got, everything they could hope for to finish this off.
Oh, a Gravitic Flux starts from Script to Xy. Unfortunately, gets Pusey caught behind the corner, so not really able to take advantage. Oh, and a great kill onto Immortality there from Zen. I think they were frozen in the middle of that, so they weren't able to get that tank form off. As now an even fight on the cart, but it looks like it will have a bit to the advantage of the defending team, given that their spawns are so close. Now the creation from the script to XD again, nothing. Zensus just death blossoming on the cart, keeping the defending team away. Able to pick up agriculture, tried to come in for a quick freeze and kill, but not able to get anything. Now actually we see a few members of the Capybara stuck here. Great pressure from
might be an overextension.
Up on them, but okay, it goes in Capybara's favor. Dirt pushing too far and not getting anything for it. And Skip Taxi, the creation on the Jax, not able to finish it off. Jax then follows up with the Gravitic Flux. Oh, and Immortality with that tank form, a Bastion tank form coming through, so able to pick up 2 kills. There's just a big honking cannon looking into the defensive spawn here. Zensus will be stunned. Who knows? Wraith form, not able to get anything done. Buse going down as well. The quick picks coming through from Dirt now. Just the staggers. Tasty not able to keep Mr. Baby alive, unfortunately. It looks like, yeah, Capybara will push this through to completion if they're able to finish up these kills. Gravitic Flux there, taking the defense off the cart. Buse comes back. Zensus as well. Just as Lucio on the cart. Mr. Baby coming out. We'll get a touch. So the Sagas coming through, but it will finally end with 1 minute 47 left in Capybara's time bank. A great attack there.
Yeah, indeed, and they punish the massive overextension from Dirt. The defenders not content with just winning the fight and sending Capybara packing. They have to chase. They have to try to hunt down those kills, and it gets them caught out in an awkward position. They step a little bit too far, and it comes back to bite them.
Just not clean enough in those kills. So yeah, if you're going to chase them down, fine. They had the player advantage. They're about 5-3 up, and it was just the tanks, I think, with only 1 healer. But fortunately, they took too long. It allowed Immortality to get back on that Bastion. They were able to set up in the back line, and then seeing as they were, Dirt was trying to deal with the tanks, Immortality just had free reign to spray down that corridor and clean up the members of Dirt.
I mean, to me, the fact that you stopped the payload, right before that final stretch of the map, right after that last turn, and then you chased all the way around the corner, headed back in the direction of attacker spawn, that should just tell you that you've gone a step too far when those kills don't come through immediately. There was plenty of opportunity for Dirt to just back off and to take what they had already gotten. Now it's given Capybara a way back into this series.
It has, and we see pirate ships coming out from both teams, bunker composition, coming out from both teams here. And there'll be a battle on the 7 seas. The Hulk comes through from Bear, but unfortunately, it's countered by Bastion just, plowing through them. Unfortunately, Zensus goes down off the back of that. Rezzed up, though. So the advantage still here with Dirt on the attack. They've got Zensus high in the air and sitting on top of that wall. Capybara just dances over the cart, stop any forward progress, but Immortality stuck here in the middle, being well defended here, getting healed, getting script just in the front line. The Immortality field and the amplification matrix, coming out from Tasty, proving too strong for the defending team here. Unfortunately, losing that Orisa straight away proved their downfall, and the pirate ship has set sail once again here on Junkertown.
And so far, it's just been the better Immortality field placement for Dirt that has really bought them this first fight win. They're able to take down Bear pretty early on because Capybara just took the fight out in the open.
Yeah, okay, the Bear's between a wall and a shield. Fortunately, the shield was their own. Zensus now comes around the corner in this Bastion. This cart showing no signs of stopping. The wall goes with the cart. So, okay, we see a tank form come through Immortality, cut down the middle of it, but it doesn't matter. Again, Junker point A, script to XD comes up big for Capybara with a 3k in the middle of that fight. Oh, Praetor throws in the Blizzard. Last ditch effort, you got to do it, but unfortunately, nothing coming, and they will be stopped before their first point on Junkertown.
Okay, so now a golden opportunity for Capybara to bring themselves back into this series, to make this close, to take a map off of Dirt. They need just how much? Can't even tell. I guess about
most
30.
Of point A.
Okay, they need most of point A. Yes. You'll see the box on the ground in just a moment, and you'll know visually where they've got to get. It's not exactly the longest push in the world, not even making it kind of to the checkpoint. So this is going to be a difficult defense for Dirt. They've got to bunker down, and I imagine it's probably the Bastion in play, but maybe not as they come out with the May Reaper.
And that's not necessarily a bad pick if you're not confident taking the Bastion v Bastion fight. Of course, you're assuming that the attacking team will run the Bastion. It's not a terrible pick. Rhea and Maper, both with decent abilities to get away from the fight, a bit of survivability as well, because in reality, you've only got one fight loss here if you're going for a close hold. And at which point you're going to be running back to probably a staggered fight at the door. Yeah.
It is the Bastion to get for immortality, but he's frozen up immediately. Can't be killed off. Just yet a nice attempt there from Praedith. But now,
caught out though on the side. In a duel with both immortality and agriculture, goes low, back away, but there's going to be a slight 5v6 fight. Praedith stuck in the back line, waiting for heals. Not one to invest the ice block, and we see the kill starting to come through from the side of Capybara. Unfortunately, it's a 4v6 now. Zensis goes low as well, or Praedith finally goes down. Oh, Praedith's already down, sorry. And this tank is just, this Bastion set up on the cart. Yeah, just two members here from Dirt. Now look, Zensis and Tasty here. Caught out. They're stopping the cart going forward, but Zensis is just going to stagger themselves.
No, they will, but they'll be able to get back into the fight pretty quickly. So plenty of time for a full recontest coming through here for Dirt. But they have let the Bastion get set up. They have given up kind of priority and given up a lot of ult charge here. The Coalescence online for Fat Dog. And this is going to be pretty difficult to get out here and close the gap on Immortality.
Yeah, we'll see. They just didn't take the fight in the open. Immortality boosted up really hard and able to get the kill off the back of that. That's a great start for Dirt. Both the Coalescences out now. Coalesci, I'm not really sure, but anyway, Agriculture boosts themselves up, but unfortunately it's not enough to save Bear. Perhaps a bit isolated from the supports there, and Agriculture goes down as well, so this is a great stabilizing fight from Dirt. As the time back for Capybara now down to a minute, in a kind of a rough spot for them to attack now, with the cart almost the way through to point A.
And that's just beautiful timing there from Dirt. They come out right as the payload passes the end of the stairs. They boost up Immortality with that wall. The halt even separates him further from the rest of his team, puts him in a vulnerable spot, and gives Dirt the opportunity to get that recontest.
Zensis waiting in the back line here, just Death Blossom. The Gravitic Flux comes out from both sides? Oh no, just some script to exit here actually. Oh, Jack frozen in the blizzard, very close to the Gravitic Flux. We'll see if Capybara is able to finish them off. The kill's going the way of Dirt though. The Coalescence and Tasty keeping the rest of the team alive. Oh, okay, the Gravitic Flux invested at the end of the fight there. I'm not sure if you want to put that in or you want to hold on to it.
Yes, but not really anything going to be available on the other side. Bear will have the supercharger, but it's matched. This is pretty much going to be a mirror, a dry fight coming in here for the most part. Fat Dog potentially with a Coalescence coming online.
The Pharmacy coming in over the back though. We'll see if Agriculture is able to take out that supercharger and even up this fight. Both superchargers down at the start of that fight. Half and half a kill makes one kill total. And we'll see if the Pharaoh's able to make the difference. And look at this. We see all members of Dirt going really, really low. But correspondingly, Script to exit very low. Uses that kinetic grasp to grant themselves some shields. And Immortality coming up big. That switch on to Doomfist proving to come up big for Immortality. They're able to pick up 2 kills. It looks like that'd be what Capybara needs to push in this. Oh, they're pushing the cart and they're able to put themselves at one, get themselves a map in this series.
And they escape by the hair on their chinny chin chin. That is as close as it gets. We thought Junkertown last time was close. This one might have just beat it out as once again, Capybara, they managed to come away with the win on Junkertown. They bring this series into 2-1 territory, and now an opportunity for them to tie it up potentially if they can take Nambani.
Yeah, and a great turnaround from Capybara. Oh, sorry. Excuse me a moment.
And Capybara, they show up in a big way here on Junkertown. The Bastion setup's working out quite well for them as they kind of storm through the attack round on their offense, and that's what really wins them out. I would say the second round attack's pretty similar for both of these teams, but just that extra time is what gives Capybara the opportunity and the extra pushes that they need to finish it off.
Yeah, and some smart changes as well, particularly going to that Pharah. There wasn't much in the way of what D.I.R.T was running to counter that, so they're able to smartly play that, run the Pharah on the outside. Of course, there's the risk that you've now got your pharmacy in the air, not touching the cart in overtime, but they're able to make it work. They took out that supercharger with those long-range rockets, and they end up getting the job done.
They do indeed, and now we'll see if they can get it done once again on Numbani. This is what they need to tie up the series, avoid what was looking like a pretty one-sided affair early on for D.I.R.T. Capybara have now swung it back a little bit and made it competitive. I love to see that. No second 4-0 here tonight. We're going to get a really close series down to the wire.
It looks like Script is being subbed out for Ilithia. So we're seeing an off-tank swap here. Maybe not wanting to run the Sigma, unless they think feel Ilithia has a better Sigma. We'll find out when they load into the map. But yeah, well, to all credit to Script though, on that map, there's some amazing work, particularly on that point A. On the defense, they got a great accretion. Actually, really good accretions and the follow-ups with the kills from Script 3 times on point A. They're able to carry pretty much solo carry a fight, get the right pick at the right time, and give Capybara what they needed to win that fight. So great work from Script. I feel they've done a really good job tonight. It's a shame to see them subbed out, but we'll see what variance Ilithia brings into this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going by what we saw earlier on in the series on Lijiang Tower, it was the Wrecking Ball coming out from Ilithia primarily, so potentially an option here. And I would expect to see some kind of combo of the Wrecking Ball and the Sigma for Ilithia, because I don't necessarily think just going Wrecking Ball is going to be the play all the way through Numbani as you get towards that final section of, especially, I think the Sigma just too powerful to ignore. You pretty much need that in your lineup.
Definitely, and you don't want to be running a Wrecking Ball into, say, a Bastion. So something, defending on the Numbani with a Bastion, very common, very good, strong defensive play. So you don't want to be running the Wrecking Ball, sacrificing a shield, and essentially just being a skeet target. Pull, and the Bastion goes, oh, bang, out of the sky.
And we're going to get to see immediately what Ilithia has in store for us. They're coming out on the defense here for Numbani, and my gut says Sigma, but we'll just have to see. This is the first time we've really gotten to see this team, and especially the first time here on Numbani. So a new lineup for Capybara as they try to kind of finish up, not quite a reverse sweep because we won't be headed to map 5, but at least a reverse tie, I suppose.
Actually, interesting. I was thinking if Capybara does choose to run the bunker composition, I was wondering, okay, maybe not, if D.I.R.T would be willing to run that Sombra. We saw them play it on Horizon Lunar Colony when they had that giant 5-minute time bank. Sombra can be a good counter to the bunker. You build up the EMP and just let it loose, and everyone just dives on. But evidently not even as a scouting option, perhaps. We'll see the bunker composition with the Pharah support from Agriculture on defense. A common but effective defensive structure here.
Definitely in a very powerful position up on the back high ground here. Very hard to close that gap without some kind of mobility tools from the attackers, and they don't really have them for the most part. Zensis on the Doomfist can get back there.
And Jack on the Roadhog and Praetor on the McCree. So perhaps anticipating the Pharah pick, but I don't know what they're going to do with this Bastion.
Yeah, I think their goal is probably get the pick onto the Pharmacy in some way, or just get up underneath this Bastion.
Jack going low, but using that rebreather to keep them. Oh, able to knock Ilithia down actually. Oh, and the stun comes through onto 2. They've actually brought the bunker down onto the point. So this is not a terrible play. Zenstis, geez, getting a great uppercut onto the tanks, but unfortunately, Agriculture gets into the back line, picks up 3 with the barrage, dies in the process, but it doesn't matter. This attack is going to be stalled. Mr. Baby, just die.
And D.I.R.T there, I think, gets a little bit caught up in the chaos. You know, in the middle of that fight, Jack lands a really nice hook onto Vextra mid-air, but he is in the middle of a reload, so he doesn't get to lay in a shot. He doesn't get the call out to his team, I guess, properly there because no focus fire comes in. Vextra was in a dangerous spot for a couple of seconds, but just kind of floats their way out of the fight, and no capitalization whatsoever.
No. Jack gets pulled up. There you go. Amplification matrix comes out. Immortality is going to be okay. No. Quite far through. Praetor gets away with their life somewhere, but unfortunately, Ilithia opens up with that accretion onto Pusey. And yeah, Ilithia going down, but the rest of Capybara not having any trouble there. As I say, that agriculture goes down as well. Although we'll see the rest of Ilithia.
And now Tasty and Praedyth are just stuck behind enemy lines. They're going to take a tumble off the edge eventually. They knew they had no chance, and they wisely don't stick around any longer. They lose several seconds there. You know, the team's already respawned, waiting on this McCree to get back into position.
And I'm wondering, I'm still wondering what D.I.R.T is planning to do here. They've got your Deadeye, you're close to your whole hog, but are these ultimates really going to make a difference against this bunker? I guess unless you can pick particularly the Mercy out of the sky with the Deadeye. I'm not really sure what they're going to do. They are choosing to rotate though around the back this time. Praedyth, yes, okay, takes that agriculture, forces the res from Vexra. They do, Praedyth and Tasty putting great pressure on, but unfortunately Praedyth goes down the middle of that. Vexra gets away. The supercharger now coming out, and we've got 5 members of D.I.R.T trapped around the back here. They're stuck in this corridor. The bash, thankfully for them, Immortality is not chasing them. But they're caught out. Praedyth now stuck on their own coming back from spawn.
Yeah, they're just going to wait, but I don't know why Praedyth is still on this McCree. This pick makes no sense to me. He's going to try to duel with Agriculture, but he's already chunked down low. He doesn't have any healers anywhere nearby. Now the rotation to the high ground.
The supercharged Coalescence comes out. Zensis goes in deep. Throws down that. No, not able to get anything done with that Meteor Strike. As Immortality pulls out the tank form. Goes toe-to-toe as Zensis just kept alive by Vextra's Valkyrie there. Bear actually goes down in all that fight as well as Zensis. So that Ilithia with the great gravitic flux stops the whole hogging Jack. And again, Capybara will get the will get that fight win there. And D.I.R.T in a really tough position now. Only 20 seconds left in their time bank.
Yeah, they're gonna have to make some swaps here. Jack and Mr. Baby going up over to those more mobile tanks to get back in here for a last-second recontest. This is gonna be desperation. The barrage, the amp matrix on the other side. I don't see how this is possible for D.I.R.T.
So Mr. Baby touching the point goes very, very low. The amplification matrix comes out. Immortality's gonna be churning out the damage there. Jack's mech goes down. Praedyth with another Deadeye. Able to take it too. Importantly, gets Vexra in the middle of that. Gives the life for it, but off the back of that, Agriculture's able to get 2. Dies in the middle of that, so it's a fairly even fight here. But unfortunately, Immortality is still sitting up on the high ground, getting supported there as well with that self-healing. Has the tank form available as well. And it looks like, the tank form will come out now. They'll just plug away with that cannon, and the overtime will burn down. D.I.R.T will be full held on point A of Numbani.
Okay, well, Capybara have just kind of flipped a switch towards the tail end of this series. The Bastion comps really making the difference for them, and on Numbani, it comes through with the full hold. Now all they need is just a single tick to take this map, to tie up the series, and then avoid what at one point looked like a sure loss.
Yeah, so really, really great improvement from Capybara. Maybe I'm still wondering. I'm still wondering why they brought in Ilithia. I'll be interested to find out from them why they chose to swap out. Maybe they've got map specialists. But
maybe I think we might see a wrecking ball on this attack. I think there's got to be some reason for it, and that's my guess here. Either that or it's just an attempt to get some practice for one of your players. But the flash is there, Ilithia showing off the wrecking ball for the time being.
Stay on it, or I'll be disappointed, please. In any case, we'll see what D.I.R.T chooses to come out with. Looks like they're choosing to defend with only players. No, okay. They're just deciding what they want to run. Do we want to run bunker? Do we not? Looks like they don't want to run bunker.
No, it's going to be the far out from Praedyth.
The Farah Fist. The Fist. Oh no, that'd be the Fist.
The Fist.
Oh no, that's still Doomfist. Dafra? Dafran? No, they're not running out with Dafran.
we'll workshop something.
In any case, not choosing to run a bunker. So, okay, this Wrecking Ball pick from Capybara actually not going to be too bad then, perhaps. Not running into a Bastion, and they do it. It just comes out very quickly. And it's like a Sombra Scout there. Just instead of scouting a Sombra Scout, a Wrecking Ball goes back and changes. Yeah, okay, changing to the Sigma.
Okay. Well, so at least that was their intention. At least they thought they were gonna run the Wrecking Ball, but I guess they don't think they need to. They're willing to just kind of run the Sigma here. They think they'll be able to bully Dirt off the point.
Oh, great accretion there. Stuns Bear, goes low, but is able to get the healing back up. And that wall allow to get taken out by Zensis. It's a great start from the defending team here. Player advantage. Vexra goes... No, sorry. Immortality goes low. Gets picked off. Zensis again with the final blow there. And, Bear. Caught out on the point. Nothing doing. That's a great defense from Dirt. A minute off the time bank.
And that was a situation where Agriculture just kind of pushed out ahead of the rest of the team. Got isolated a little bit. And, gets punished by Dirt as they collapse in on top of that. That May, who now making the swap over to a fire of his own.
There, Agriculture getting stunned at long range. No, nothing for coming, but I appreciate that aim, Jack.
It's fun.
Just a warning to Farah. There is anti-air defenses here. So let's see what the Farah duel comes up with. Praetor comes out with a barrage, gets two, take him down, but you'll take that. The tank line from Capybara decimated there. And Puste able to get the res off as well. So Dirt at full force still. See if Immortality is able to get out. Yes, it looks like Dirt not willing to chase that down. So they've learned from their aggression.
That's smart. That one kill is never going to be worth it, especially on a Doomfist. He can turn around and punch you and get a pick that can start the next fight off on the right foot. Even if you kill him, he gets back quickly. So definitely not worth it to overextend there.
And Dirt in a great position here. They've got 3 ultimates available to them. Both are support ults. As they take up position on the point, I guess not playing the bunker means you can take out Immortality wherever you like. You're forced to sit in one spot. Fat Dog going low as well. We'll see if they use that Coalescence to save themselves, or whether they're willing to just let this fight go and try and draw some ultimates out of Dirt, who have now sitting on 5 ultimates here. Well, interestingly, Capybara not willing to give up this fight just yet. Vexra and Agriculture going very deep. Agriculture going low. Fat Dog does choose to use that Coalescence. Now countered by Tasty with that supercharged Coalescence. Yeah, Dirt doing a lot of work. Immortality gets to kill the Zensis, but it's not enough. Vexra, yeah. A great fight there from Dirt. Only investing 2 ultimates and getting a couple out of Capybara in return.
Yeah, they commit that supercharger and they capitalize off of it so quickly. It wasn't up for very long, but it's long enough for them to find the kills. And Bear has got to be a little bit more discerning in my mind. You can't commit that supercharger so late into the fight. That would be a huge engagement tool as you try to push back in here, but you're going to have to do it without that.
Yep. Fat Dog going in straight away. Jack investing the Gravitic Flux as well. We'll see if Lithia can survive this. Goes very low. Praetor focusing them very hard, but the support line from Capybara actually able to keep them alive. Meteor Strike didn't do much of anything, but it's another ultimate out, so I guess that's a tiny silver lining for Capybara.
Yeah, no, that's good for them. They got the Flux and the Meteor Strike out of Dirt in that last fight without having to expend anything of their own. So now the last second opportunity.
5 seconds left now. Oh, Fat Dog goes down straight away at the start of the fight. The barrage comes out from Agriculture, but countered by a much better barrage from Praetor. Jack will be rezzing this. Bear will be rezzed as well. But the Valkyrie here from Pusse able to pump in a lot of damage for the defending team. As now an all-out brawl on the point, but the numbers advantage will be with Dirt. Looks like they will clean up here, and the overtime will burn down. Unfortunately for Capybara, Dirt will finish this off and win this match 3-1 with it. No? What?
Well, it's going to be a 2-1 at the end of the day. We come away with the draw here on
sorry,
the Bonnie.
It's a draw. You're right, sorry.
Both teams getting the full hold on the Bonnie. Really impressive defense. It's felt like so far tonight it had been offense all the time for pretty much every team. But here the defense really shines for both squads, and for Dirt, that's gonna mean a win at the end of the day. They wind up with the 2-1 victory here tonight. And that's kind of, I mean, that's such an impressive showing there at the tail end. They needed a full hold to win the series, and they pull it off.
Yeah, it was a very convincing full hold as well. There wasn't really much fear from on Capybara's attack that they were in control of the fight. Dirt, they won that first fight quite well, and they just cycled their ultimates brilliantly, only using I think about 2 in each fight. They kept the rest of their ultimates available to them, and unfortunately for Capybara, not able to get the job done. But that means I think a draw gives them. I think it gives them a point, so they don't come away from this match empty-handed.
No, I mean,
Actually, the map win as well. Yeah, okay, so not a terrible match for Capybara.
yeah, I mean, this is as good of a loss as you can possibly do in our format. You know, they almost had a chance for the draw at the tail end of that series, so close to coming through there for Capybara. They almost bring it back, but just fall short. And I have to imagine that they are feeling the sting of defeat after that one. That's a rough way to lose a series on a draw like that.
Yeah, it's a bit disconcerting. I mean, for the side of, I mean, yeah, we for the side of Dirt, you pull off this great hold. You go, oh yeah, we got it, and then screen you go, huh.
Hello?
Hello. Mr. Baby joining the broadcast for a bit of a post-match interview coming off the victory. That one was tense, my man, going down to the wire. How are you feeling after?
I'm feeling like our Bastion bunker needs some work. But it was good. It was a really close fight. They are a very good team. But at the end, I think that we used our alts really effectively. Right at the end, we had some really good alt combos, and I think that's what brought us the W.
Yeah, so I mean, you said that the Bastion might be something that you need to work on. For Capybara, that's where the series kind of really turned around. What was it about their Bastion setups that was kind of giving you guys a lot of trouble?
So something we noticed that they did really well is their Mei was very good at walling up our Bastion, and then obviously their team focus was really good. They did a really good job with their shield rotations, as in like Sigma using Orisa, then Sigma, then using their immortality and whatnot, and they just had really good comms on top of all that. I feel like obviously I can't hear them, but you can see it in their play.
Yeah, so I mean, speaking of comms, what are the comms like on the Dirt side of things when we're coming down to the wire, like they're on Numbani, like we saw on Junkertown? When things get really heated, how do you guys manage to keep the focus?
So normally a lot of people are freaking out in between team fights, and I'm just kind of sitting there holding tab, looking at our ultimates. So then I have to yell at everyone to stop talking so I can tell them what we're gonna do. But it stays a lot calmer than you think it would, obviously, on Numbani, because we thought we had a real good chance of getting the draw for the win there. So we're like, all right, we're going to use these alts. They're going to have this alt and this alt, and then we'll figure it out as we go. And a lot of screaming.
always a lot of screaming.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it goes. Temporal, you got any questions for Mr. Baby?
As a team, do you find, I think in common with the first match of the day, we found that the team that won comfortably on the first 2 maps had a bit of trouble on Junkertown. Is there something about that map that makes it a bit more difficult, that maybe makes it a bit more even for both teams? Or is it just you're coming off the high of 2 wins and you let go a little bit?
I think there's definitely a combination of both. You're like, oh, we won 2 maps. This should be a third one, and then we'll just mess around on the last. But also, I think Junkertown's just a really hard map for teams that are good at like the first 2 maps were very well, besides Horizon, they were pretty like close quartered. You have to fight close up, whereas in Junkertown, the first point's wide open. So it's a whole different play style of what you have to do, how the comms work and the play. So like we didn't have to run Bastion Bunker that often on the first 2 maps, and then we have to run nothing but Bastion Bunker on Junkertown because it's the only thing that works really well. So yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, before we let you go, I do just want to give you an opportunity to do shout outs to anyone behind the scenes, plug streams for you or your teammates, anything like that. Now is your opportunity.
All right. No one on my team really streams besides me, and I don't even stream that much. But you can definitely go follow me at twitch.tv/Mr. Baby. I play mostly Overwatch, but you can see a lot of our VODs and stuff on there from the team I coach. You can follow me on Twitter at WungusMungus. It's either a lot of shit posting or me posting like some highlights and stuff. Shout out to Mebby, who's our coach, because without him, we would have no clue what we're doing in this meta because we were Goat's one trick team. So, yeah.
Okay, well, big thanks to the coaches for helping you guys make the transition, and I wish you guys all the success as we continue to move forward. The meta continues to evolve. You guys put on a really good show here tonight. It was a pleasure to watch you. Now we'll let you go celebrate the win with you.
All right, thank you very much. You guys have a great night.
Thanks, mate.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
that was
quite a night of games and quite a second series. They're going down to the wire at the tail end, and D.I.R.T able to pull through, come away with the 2-1 victory over Capybara, and show us a really exciting brand of Overwatch.
Yeah, and some great picks from both teams. Lots of variants too, which I like to see. And if you don't want to run the meta, you don't have to run the meta. Of course, there was that weird McCree pick, but in the end, they got the job done on the defense and took away the series. So great plays from both teams. We saw some. I know on the side of Capybara, we saw some great Sigma plays and great accretions. On the side of D.I.R.T, the DPS are doing a great job. Particularly Zensus on that Doomfist. We saw, I like the supports as well. They're doing a really good job of keeping their members alive. So great play all around, and particularly the second half of both of those matches where the tempo really picked up and it became really, really close. Thoroughly enjoyed those.
Yeah, no, I had a really, really fun time tonight. It was a pleasure to get to cast with you for the first time, Temporal, and to have you here for the All-Star Trials. This has been a really entertaining series of games so far tonight, and I am just about beat at this point. That is 2 high intensity matches so far, and I know I am definitely ready for bed at this point.
Well, you enjoy that. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon here, so I'm ready to get the day started. It's bright and sunny outside, so I'm hyped up for the rest of the day. For some, the World Cup's probably finished. Anyway, the World Cup's finished for me. Australia got knocked out already, so whatever.
Okay. Well, that will bring us to the end. But before we go, do want to remind everybody, Agriculture coming through with the viewers MVP here tonight, and I think that's a pretty fantastic choice. The Flex DPS from Capybara put up a great showing, especially on that May. I think we heard it from Mr. Baby in that interview. The walls were a fantastic part of Capybara's comeback in the series, and Agriculture playing his part beautifully.
And winning a Widow Duel as a May, which is always a good sign for a May.
Absolutely, the accuracy and the deadliness there as well. But it is D.I.R.T coming away with the victory. Capybara going to have to settle for the MVP for Agriculture as they do fall 2-1 in this series. That'll do it for us here tonight. For Refused Behind the Scenes, from my partner, Temporal, here tonight, I've been Shy Guy. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next time for more competition here at Star Esports.